Hi and welcome to a new video on my channel. I'm Andrea and today I want to show you how to make this beautiful regular crochet shawl. It uses some very pretty V clusters and it has a nice shape that allows it to sit on your shoulders comfortably. For this project you will need about 800 to 1000 meters of yarn or more if you want to make the shawl larger, and the yarn can be anything from fingering or sport weight to decay or a light decay. So anything with about 300 to 400 meters per 100 grams works great for this project. If you want to, you can use even thicker yarn, but then you will need less for the same size of shawl. For example, in this sample I used a cake of Hobby Sultan in a very plain gradient, but you can use any colors you like, and a 3.5 millimeter hook, which I will also be using for this demonstration. I will demonstrate using this acrylic yarn that has a nice sheen to it, and I will show you how to make the first full pattern repeat, and then you repeat the pattern from those instructions. The shawl is built using a 4-row repeat, and this creates the shape that you can see here and in the photos I showed you. If you want to add tassels at the ends of your shawl, you can make them beforehand. 1 tassel in the color that you will start with and 2 tassels in the color that you will end with. That ensures that you have enough yarn to make the tassels, and then from the rest of the yarn you can make the shawl. If you want to, you can make stripes or use up scraps, or you can make any combination of colors that you would like for this shawl. We begin with the magic ring, so we bring the tail of the yarn to the front and make a loop, and then we insert the hook through the loop. We chain 4, and then we put 1 extended double crochet stitch into the magic ring. Then we chain 1 and we put 2 extended double crochet stitches also in the magic ring. To make the extended double crochet stitch, you yarn over, you insert the hook, you draw up a loop, chain 1, then yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. This is the end of the first row, and we pull on the tail to close the magic ring. Then we turn, always counterclockwise. And we begin row 2. For row 2, we slip stitch to the chain 1 space. So we slip stitch first in the second stitch from the hook, and we slip stitch once more in the space. We make 1 beginning V stitch, which means we first make a standing extended double crochet stitch, we draw up a tall loop, we hold on to it with our fingers and yarn over with this loop. Then we insert the hook into the space and we draw up a loop. We chain 1, we yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Now we have 1 more extended double crochet stitch, chain 1, pull through 2, pull through 2. Then we chain 1 and put 2 more extended double crochet stitches in the same space. This is the beginning V, and we will make this whenever the pattern says to make a beginning V. Now we make 1 V in the top of the first stitch, which in our case is the chain 4 from the beginning. So we find the last chain and we make a V in there. A V is again 2 extended double crochet stitches, chain 1, 2 extended double crochet stitches. So we insert the hook into the 4th chain, we draw up a loop, finish the extended double crochet stitch, 1 more extended double crochet stitch in the same space, chain 1 and 2 more extended double crochet stitches in the same space. That's row 2 finished. We turn, and now we make 1 beginning V in the first stitch. So we draw up a tall loop, yarn over with it, draw up a loop in the first stitch, chain 1, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and finish the V stitch in the same space. That's one beginning V done. Then we make one V in the next chain one space, which is this one. So we have 2 extended double crochet stitches, chain 1, and 2 extended double crochet stitches. Next we have 3 extended double crochet stitches in the next chain 1 space. To find the chain 1 spaces at the beginning, it's easier to count the extended double crochet stitches. So we have 4 to skip, and then we have the chain 1 space here. So we have 3 extended double crochet stitches. This is the end of row 3, and we turn. For row 4, we slip stitch to the next stitch. We have a chain 4 and 1 extended double crochet stitch in the same stitch, or you can make a standing extended double crochet stitch. It's your choice. Next we have a V in the next chain 1 space, which is here in the next V. We make another V in the next V, which is here. And one V in the top of the last stitch of this row. Make sure to pick up both loops at the top of the stitch. We turn. For row 5, we make one V in the first stitch here. This is the beginning V, so it uses the standing extended double crochet stitch. Then we have one V in the next 3 chain 1 spaces, so one here, and one here. For most of the shawl, we will be working only in chain 1 spaces, and in some cases, such as at the beginning and end of the row, we will also work in specific stitches. That's 3 V's done, and to finish the row we make one extended double crochet stitch in the second to last stitch, so not in the last one, here in the stitch here, one extended double crochet stitch, and this ends the row. We turn. For row 6 we slip stitch to the next chain 1 space, so we slip stitch in the second stitch and in the chain 1 space, and we make a beginning V. Now we make one V in each of the V stitches here, so 1, 2, 3. And now we have to make one V in the last stitch. That was row 6, and now we turn. Now you will repeat these 4 rows, 3, 4, 5, and 6, until you reach your desired size. The pattern repeat is as follows. You make a beginning V at the beginning of every row on this side. and then you have 3 extended double crochet stitches, 2, 1, and beginning V at this side of the shawl. You keep repeating these rows, and when you're finished you can make a single crochet row here and single crochets along this edge to make the shawl have a more uniform edge, or you can leave it as is. In the beginning it will look a bit weird, but after a few rows, and especially after you block the shawl, it will have the nice shape that I showed you at the beginning of this video. So let's make a few more rows together. I will show you how to make rows 7, 8, and 9, and then you should have a good working idea of this pattern. So we begin with 1 beginning V in the first stitch. Then we make V stitches in all of these V stitches on the previous row, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we stop at the last one. In the last V, we put 3 extended double crochet stitches. And then we turn. We slip stitch once, and then we make 2 stitches in this second stitch. You can make a chain 4 or a standing extended double crochet and then an extended double crochet. So you have the equivalent of 2 stitches here. Then we put V's in all of these V's. That's 1, 2, in the last stitch we put 1 more V. And we turn. The next row we repeat what we did on the row before. 1 V in the first stitch, V's all across, and then 1 extended double crochet stitch in this stitch here. I will speed this up so I don't bore you with the repetitive movements. Always make sure you don't skip the first chain 1 space here. After the last V, you put 1 extended double crochet stitch and turn. Now slip stitch to the first chain 1 space and repeat this whole process, making a beginning V here and then back and forth with this 4 row repeat. As you can see, the shawl is already starting to gain some shape, and if I give it a quick steam, you will see how nicely this lace opens up. I added a couple of more rows to use up the yarn that I had left, and this is the finished wavy shawl. Well, it's a mini shawl, but if you make yours big, then it will be nice and flowy like this after you block it. You can also find written instructions for this shawl in my shop as a PDF if you're interested in following along with the written instructions. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial, and if you liked it, there's a similar shawl pattern on my channel. It's called Aglaya with an A, and it's grown from the middle with similar stitches. But that one creates a symmetrical shawl, while this one is asymmetrical. So if you use colors for this one, the colors will go like this. and for the other one they will grow from the middle. If you like this tutorial and want to know when I publish more video tutorials, make sure to subscribe to the channel, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to test crochet or Tunisian crochet patterns that I'm developing, you can also subscribe to my email updates. There's a link in the description, and I send these updates once a week with any news from the previous week. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I will see you soon. Bye!